So the new Sims 4 Life and Death expansion pack was just released, and obviously, as a builder, I'm most excited about the new build and buy items, so I thought what better way to put these items to the test than to attempt to build a home using every single new item from the pack. Wish me luck. And as usual, a big thank you to the EA Creator Network for gifting me this expansion pack so I can test it out for you guys. No, I am not being paid to make this video. However, if you would like to support me as a creator, please consider using code DoctorAshley at checkout on thesims.com or the EA app, and 5% of your purchase will go towards supporting my channel instead of to EA. So the purpose of this video concept or challenge is A, to put all of these new items to the test. I think this would be a really effective way to showcase all of these new items for you guys. But also B, trying to see how nice of a home we can build with just this new expansion pack. In my opinion, expansion packs by definition should be able to stand alone and really expand your game, even if you just have the base game and this pack. When it comes to expansion packs, I don't think you should have to rely on other kits or stuff packs or packs in general to fill in the gaps of what an expansion pack might lack. An EP should come with the full meal deal. So by attempting to use every single item in one build, not only can you see every single piece in action and really see what it looks like, but it also exposes if the expansion pack is lacking in any sort of way from a build perspective. As always, I don't want you guys to waste your money buying a pack and then it ends up not really being as valuable as you thought it would be. So hopefully this is a helpful way to show you guys everything so you can make an informed decision on whether or not you want to purchase this pack. This expansion pack did come with a new world, so we are building in it today. It's really pretty, and we're building on this beautiful lot called Crow's Perch. I figured we are going to need quite a large build if we are going to attempt to fit every single new item into this home. As you can see, for the sake of time, I did go ahead and pre-build a little shell. It's nothing fancy, just like a symmetrical, typical like manor style home. We have a few bump outs for some balconies and then some space for perhaps a graveyard back here. We got 2 new roof swatches with this pack as well. I used this red one for the main roof, but I also want to try and use this weathered glass roof. Also, I forgot to mention, but this is my very first time building with the pack, so these are going to be all of my first impressions and just my first time using any of these items whatsoever. Okay, for roof decorations, we got these 8 new items. It seems like we have some sort of holes that you can put into the roof to make it look a little bit more abandoned. And then also these like fancy pinnacle pieces, which are always nice. I just need to make sure I place down all of these items at least once. This chimney item is a nice touch. I like how it looks a little weathered. I'm not really sure what we're going to use this item for. Maybe we can size it down and fit it right along the front here. Yeah, that kind of works, right? It's kind of awkward because I wouldn't necessarily say that these like holes in the roof completely fit the luxurious vibe I was going for, but who knows, maybe we can say it adds a little bit of character. Let's go in with our fences. It looks like we got 4 new ones. This one would be perfect for the balconies. This swatch has a bit of like moss or mold growing on the bottom, so it's kind of good for outdoors. Can't forget about this back balcony as well. Now I feel like this iron fence is more of an outdoor fence, like one that actually lines the perimeter of the property. There's quite a few color combinations. I don't know if we want like the brass hardware or the iron like black hardware. I kind of like the darker vibe, and maybe I'll just darken all of these accents. Oh, look at how many swatches we have on this item too. Okay, go off. You guys know I just love my swatch options. I have not yet figured out how I'm gonna incorporate this particular fence and also this wood-worn fence as well. I feel like I can probably use this one on the interior, but this one with the straw might be a little bit more of a challenge. I'm gonna leave them right there and then come back to it later. For the gate, obviously we'll go with this matching one. It's very elegant and grand. Moving on to foundation, we seem to have gotten 1 new foundation, and it is quite pretty. I guess it depends on which exterior brick we decide to go with, but we'll obviously pick the matching one. I kind of like this light colored one. And then we got 1 new set of staircases, and obviously it matches the rest of the set. So I see they were not playing around with this pack, they just wanted to give us everything matching, which I'm definitely not complaining about. Okay, but we did get only 1 new staircase, but 2 new staircase railings. So I'm gonna have to remember to use the staircase railing on the interior. Realistically, if I fail this challenge, it's because I'm gonna lose track of an item and forget to use it. I do think if we work through this very systematically though, we won't miss anything. Should I add a octagonal roof piece to this part here so it kind of blends in with the shape a bit more? I'm not really sure. I think that's kind of cute, right? Okay, we got one new spandrel. As usual, I'm gonna go with the one that matches the rest of everything we've been using so far. Let's put it on this gazebo part as well. I'm not really sure what I'm doing with this part. I just knew I wanted like an outdoor section here. So technically every single window has been placed at least once, and I don't feel amazing about it. It feels a little bit busy. Hopefully it will, you know, come together when I start to place doors and do the wallpaper. Funny enough, we did actually get a tall wall height door despite not getting any tall wall height windows, but we've already committed to the medium wall height, so I'm just not going to use the tall wall height door. It seems to be the exact same door as this one, just like the taller variant. We'll use this variation on the front and this other variation on the back. For the short doors, we got 4 new ones, and I think I'm going to use a lot of these on the interior actually. I guess this one we can fit up here. I'm actually kind of surprised that we didn't get a door that matches these glass windows. Like, I had imagined we would get one that is like a similar pattern that would line up perfectly with those windows. Like I said, this is my very first time seeing the pack. I haven't watched any other reviews or walkthroughs at all. So honestly, it was my assumption that I was gonna get a door that matched the windows. So I will say I'm slightly let down by that. I don't know if my hopes were just like unrealistically high or something. Okay, let's make sure to use these 3 remaining doors on the interior somewhere. I'm sure we'll get to them. Now we can take a look at these wall swatches. So clearly some of these are for the interior, so maybe I'll just like put them on the wall here to get them out of the way and so I don't forget about them, obviously. So then it looks like all 6 of these are meant for an exterior. We have these bricks right here that come with the accent pieces, and then this one is the same, it just doesn't have the corner piece built in. This one looks to be some sort of stone, which could look nice on our little bump out piece. For some reason, it like low-key looks kind of modern, do you know what I mean? This one's kind of like a layered concrete. Oh, that's like very luxe. I love that. And last but not least, we have this like moldy concrete paired with this like non-moldy concrete. I like how they always give us like one dirty swatch and one normal swatch. It's very thoughtful. Oh gosh, we also got this like exterior trim. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with this. I guess I'll just put it around some of the exterior. Do I put it around the whole thing? Okay, I genuinely don't know if that looks good or not, but I just like had to use it so I could use the item. So I put it around some areas and we're gonna call it a day. Let's move on to the flooring, shall we? Oddly enough, we only got one new floor, which is this new wood floor, and it happens to look really good actually, so I am excited to use that on the interior. We got a lot of nice wood swatches as well, which I love to see. But speaking of the interior, I want to get started on that, so let's hurry up with this exterior so we can move on. Okay, I don't really remember exactly where I left off, but here is the completed exterior. I added some hedges to the fence just to break it up a bit and add some greenery, and then I managed to incorporate this like straw fence and gate to create maybe what I think is going to be a graveyard. I haven't decided yet because I haven't looked into the graveyard items yet. And then we didn't get any new landscaping or plants with the new expansion pack, so I just added some base game trees and all of that. It's a very luxurious like mansion looking thing. I think it blends in with the environment really well, so I'm pretty happy with it. Let me know what you guys think of this exterior, and without further ado, let's go on to the interior. We have our foyer here with a downstairs powder room. On the left side, we'll have our large living room with an additional space to be maybe a skill building room, an office, or an activity room. And then on the right side, we'll have our large open concept kitchen and dining room. Moving on to the upstairs, we have quite a lot of room for quite a few bedrooms. So we just have 4 bedrooms here. Some of them have en suites, some of them just have a bathroom in the hallway, and then just some more room for activities on the main landing area. I'm not really sure which room I want to start with. I'm inclined to start with the living room just because I know we got a new fireplace. I don't want to miss any items, but I also don't want to like lay all of them out in the build from the get-go because it can get kind of messy that way. I'm kind of down to go for like a burgundy or red look. I think that looks super cozy. We did get 3 new couch variants, but this one seems to be the most formal for a living room. And then let's go go in with this hexagonal glass coffee table. Wow, that's like really luxurious. I love that. Let's see what they have in the rug department. We got 3 new rugs. This one appears to be the largest, and it is kind of like a fluffy rug. It just has a design, which I love. It seems like a lot of the colors lend itself more to like a blue or green color scheme, except the first swatch does have some warmer tones, so I might go with this one. And then we have these formal armchairs, which could be nice maybe in the corner as like an accent piece. I'm not sure. Maybe I can put a bookshelf along this blank wall, assuming we have some. Oh wow, we actually got 4 new bookshelf items, which I'm kind of surprised about. Let's try this one. These ones really remind me of the Realm of Magic bookshelves. And luckily these do come in a ton of different swatches with different book color swatches as well. Just making a little reading nook in the corner here with this like torch lamp thing. I really love this new plant. It feels kind of contemporary in a way. I feel like this living room needs like a stereo or something to play music. It feels kind of stuffy otherwise. What is this? A music box. I mean, that's not really gonna be blasting the tunes per se, but it's better than nothing. Let's finish off with a couple of these wall sconce candles just around the room. And that's gonna be it for our grand living room using the Life and Death expansion pack. I think this is such a cozy room, and I definitely love where this build is heading. I think I want to move on to the kitchen and dining room next, and I did notice in the lighting section we have these new string lights, which I don't think I'm gonna be able to use on the interior, so I'm gonna just pop them out here. Okay, now for overhead light, we do have this one, which is quite contemporary, and then also this one, which is kind of intense if you ask me. I'm not exactly sure where I'm gonna use this huge one, like maybe upstairs here somewhere. I'll just leave that there for now, I guess. I really love this light. It's definitely screaming like kitchen to me. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we got a full kitchen set with this expansion pack, which I'm super excited about. Like, come on, look at how beautiful these kitchen counters are with the like marbled stone countertop. This is what I'm talking about. I love this stuff. To me, it feels very vintage glamour meets vampires. Would it be crazy to give this build like a full white, bright kitchen? Here is what the matching stove looks like. Honestly, this stuff is very contemporary. Like, I can see myself using these items in like some high-end apartments in city living, and thank goodness, but we did actually get the matching cabinets, and they actually look really pretty. Oh my gosh, they even have this like underglow similar to Home Chef Hustle, as does the hood fan. Okay. I genuinely was not expecting that the kitchen items would be my favorite part of this entire pack. Like, what? Okay, we also got the matching dishwasher, which is such a treat. I feel like every time there's a new pack, we seem to be getting matching dishwashers, which is such a like switch up from before. There was a long extended period where we didn't get any new dishwashers at all. Now I'm just gonna clutter up this kitchen with some of the clutter from the new pack, just like random things that maybe don't necessarily go in a kitchen, like this hourglass. I mean, you could probably argue that this is for like cooking, like a cooking timer or something. Obviously using the new bar stools that come with the pack. These are absolutely beautiful. I'll definitely be using these in future builds. I think this little rug could also work in the kitchen here. It's kind of interesting, but the large version and the small version of the rug do have the exact same swatches, but one is just a smaller version, which in my opinion is kind of a cop-out because we do have the size up and size down function in the game already, so you don't really need 2 of the same rug in different sizes because we can just do that ourselves. This plant is also new, and again, the vase looks pretty contemporary. I am happy about items like this because it means that I'll be able to use it in other like modern and normal builds. Let's also take this opportunity to use some of the paintings on the walls that we haven't used yet. This one is so cute. All of the swatches are just like tarot cards, so you're sure to find something you like. Just placing down some base game plants in the corner because we didn't get any with the new pack. And with that, we are all done with our open concept kitchen. I think this is such a luxurious and beautiful kitchen. It also somehow feels like traditional and old, but also modern and renovated at the same time. So I'm loving the vibes. Let's move on to our dining room. It looks like we got 2 new dining tables. This one is a marble rectangular one, and this one is a classic circular one. So obviously we're gonna use the larger table in this room. This is arguably like way too small of a table for this size of room. Maybe we can like try and combine two together and just like overlap it. That's not a horrible idea if you ask me. Let's make sure to use a combination of all of these chairs. Now this like head chair here is definitely giving vampires. Like I swear that exact chair exists in the vampires pack. Oh, maybe this would be a good opportunity to use this like super long light fixture. Is this what it's used for? It's like so big, like comically big actually. Perhaps I can size it down one to make it look a little bit more normal. I don't know. It's giving like office boardroom. Does anybody else see that, or is it just me? Going in once again with the giant rug from this pack. Perhaps I can put some fun curtains on the wall to bring in some color. And by fun curtains, I mean like green, maybe. That's about as fun as I'm willing to go. Let's also go in with another one of these life and death paintings. This time I'm gonna size it up so it looks like super intense. Oh yeah, I absolutely love how that's looking. And then last but not least, let's go in with this new flower vase from the pack. And here's our finished life and death dining room. Besides the curtains, everything in this room is from the new pack, and I think it looks super vibey and intense, and I love it. Okay, now moving on to some of the spare rooms. This is where I'm kind of losing track of what I've used and what I haven't used. So I think I'm actually just gonna go through the catalog right now and place down all of the items into which room I think I want to use them in. I kind of wanted all of the items to be a surprise. Like I didn't want to just go through the entire catalog ahead of time. As you can see, these are all still like new items to me. I've never seen them before, but I think unless I do this, inevitably I'm gonna miss something. It looks like we can finally place down some of these graveyard items that I was anticipating. Maybe this gazebo area can actually be like a super formal grave area. Okay, I found this hutch that I would have otherwise completely missed, so I think I'm gonna put it in the dining room here. I have no idea where I'm gonna fit this huge like bar item. Like maybe by the entrance. Maybe I should have put it in the living room. Oh gosh, maybe this is why it's a better idea to go through all of the items beforehand and not leave it up to a first impression. Okay, you guys, I had to get kind of creative and rearrange some things, but basically I turned half of this island into a bar so you can practice the mixology skill on that side and still sit at the bar regularly on this side. And then I ended up putting this like bar back item on this wall where the pantry was. So crisis averted, all items are still being used in this build. We have some random objects like this podium, which are clearly for when you have a funeral, which I'm just gonna have to like slot into the corner randomly somewhere. We also have things like monkey bars, which I did not account for. I did not anticipate we were gonna be able to make a playground with a funeral pack. Honestly, we have no choice. We're just gonna have to like hide some items around the corner. What about this cannon? What are we gonna do with this? This is like so random for a residential home. Let's make sure to include all of these tombstones. Good thing we put aside some space for a graveyard. I'm imagining this is like a generational family home and like the entire family is just buried here. Fun! It looks like these two items are the same. This one is just undecorated and this one has decorations, so I'm obviously gonna use the decorated one. And I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with this like random casket. Like maybe just place it over here, hide it in the corner outside. Maybe you can use it later, I don't know. I did not realize that we actually got two bars. So this bar here, I basically have no hopes of using at all. Like the most I could do is perhaps swing it in this office area here and just pretend like they have like a bar in their office, which is probably, I don't know, it's kind of a weird concept, but not totally unrealistic if you ask me. I'm also not going to be able to use this second swing set unless I like really force it somewhere, which would just like look kind of silly because I already included one. And this crypt as well, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to seamlessly incorporate it. Hypothetically, I could move this fence over to here. Okay, surprisingly, I think that actually kind of works. I also didn't notice this grandfather clock, which would be perfect for our living room. Okay, I'm fairly certain I've gone in and placed literally every single item from this catalog somewhere in this build. Obviously, I haven't like styled anything yet, but everything should be accounted for. For the extra swing set, I ended up sizing it down with the left square bracket key, and I'm gonna try and incorporate it into one of the toddler or baby bedrooms, kind of like as a decorative piece. I don't think it will be functional anymore, but it's okay because I don't really want it to be functional. It's just gonna be like for the vibes. Let's continue back downstairs with the office. So far, all of the items in this room are from the new pack. I think we just need to decide what color scheme to go for. This green color could be kind of fun. It does match the curtains. We can even do like a dark brown and dark green like that. Let's pull in some more green from the chair and maybe the desk. This writer's quill and lamp are also from the new pack. They're perfect like desk essentials. Just stacking two of these bookshelves side by side. These are the same ones from the living room. It's just the shorter variant. And then this is just a file cabinet or end table, I guess. Let's grab this round rug, and we've officially used all 3 rugs in this build already. Maybe the sim works as like a funeral director or something, so they have some spare funeral flowers in their office like ready to go. And we'll just put this scary head thing on the end table here. It's kind of giving like Attack on Titan vibes. This office feels quite formal, so I think it could be nice to have some chairs like facing inward if you have like clients or something in your office. We can also decorate the wall behind the bar here with some of these sized down collage paintings. It's funny because I was just thinking about how a globe bar would work perfectly in this room, but then I remembered we have this huge full-size bar, so I need to remember to incorporate some of these like wall rips and stuff. So I'm just gonna put some like behind the bookshelf as if the bookshelf is trying to cover it up. Maybe another one behind the bar here. You know, just me making sure I'm checking all the boxes. We also got these pet crows in the new pack, which is kind of interesting. I think it kind of works well in the office here, almost like this is their little assistant or something. They can like guard the office whenever the sim leaves to make sure nobody is snooping about. And that's gonna be it for our green and brown moody office using basically only items from the new expansion pack. I think we can definitely say that we received enough items in this new pack to create a fully functioning office. Let's tackle this powder room on the first floor super quickly. We did get some new bathroom items with this pack. So unfortunately, we did not get a new toilet, which isn't really unfortunate. Like I'm totally okay with that. We have enough nice toilets. If we're gonna get new bathroom items, I'd much rather get a beautiful sink like this than another toilet. Should we do something kind of bright and light for the fun of it? We do have to go in with some base game tile, however, because we didn't get any new tiles with this pack. Maybe this checkered marble flooring would be kind of elegant. Okay, that's gonna be it for our half bathroom. I did have to use some base game items to complete this bathroom, but I absolutely love this vanity. This is a beautiful, beautiful sink, so that's definitely the focal point in this room. Okay, moving on to this kind of solarium area over here. I did place a crow in here, thinking I would make this maybe like a big garden. I imagine like the crows, maybe they don't get let outside, maybe they're like indoor crows for the most part, but they need an area to kind of feel like nature. So if we put a few like pet crows in here and then just like put plants everywhere, it could give them kind of like an outdoor indoor jungly vibe or something. I guess I could also put like actual gardening patches in here so you can grow some crops if you want. Might as well make it kind of functional, I guess. And here's our greenhouse slash crow playing area all done. This room is honestly so pretty. Basically everything in this room is from the base game too, but I will say that the windows, which are from the new pack, are definitely the standout item and give this room so much character. I think this might be my favorite room so far. For the foyer area, I just placed down 2 rugs from the new pack. I used the black swatch, which I haven't used yet, and then I included this indoor memorial display. This is definitely supposed to be for when you have a funeral event, but we have to use it in this residential home. I mean, I guess it's not like super weird to have it in your home permanently, perhaps, but to each their own, I guess. And then by the front door here, we just have an ottoman for like changing your shoes, this mirror, and then also this little mushroom decor piece, which is super cute. And then in the corner here, we just have some base game shoe racks and coat racks. And with that, here is the first floor of our Life and Death mansion all done using 99% only Life and Death expansion pack items. But as usual, let me know what you guys think so far. Do you think we are lacking in any department in the downstairs? And now let's move on to the upstairs. Oh boy, the upstairs is looking like a big giant mess right now. I think I'm just gonna get through these bathrooms super quickly. It'll be pretty similar to the bathrooms downstairs. However, we did get a new bathtub and also a new shower item. There are some fun wallpaper colors we could maybe experiment with. I think this is a really versatile object. I also like how all of the swatches aren't like worn down looking, so we can use them in other builds. To match the wallpaper, I'm going with the blue marble swatches of these two items. These colors are also a little bit more fun, which is perfect because this is probably going to be like the kids' bathroom. I don't know if it's like too out of pocket to add this like kitty bath mat into such a formal home, but I really want to hit home the fact that this is like a family home still, and this is clearly the kids' bathroom. Not everything has to be like super intense and stuffy, okay? Okay, but this is perfect for our first kids' bathroom. I think it's so beautiful, especially with all of the colors. So I'm gonna repeat this for all of the other bathrooms and I'll be back when I'm done. Here are the other two finished bathrooms. For the parents' bedroom, I used both the soaker tub and the new shower and leaned into the green accent color from the wallpaper. I'm loving all of these deep jewel tones. They're just so pretty. And then for the second ensuite, I leaned into the red tones instead and made a small bathroom with just a shower. Funny enough, none of the bathrooms upstairs are neutral. They are all very bright and colorful, which is a first for me. So that's on character development. Let's work on the primary bedroom first and just see what items we have to work with. So first and foremost, I did place down this large queen bed. I thought this one seemed most appropriate for parents because the other bed that we placed down is more for like a teenager maybe. This is just my first impressions, but none of these bed swatches are really calling out to me. Like, I'm not a huge fan of any of them. They're all just like okay, but my honest opinion is I don't like love any of them. I don't think this particular bed is like my style anyways though. Going in with these lantern candles as our side table lamps. I'm sure we're all sick of me using this rug for like the 6th time in this build. The more I go on, the more I'm disappointed that these two rugs are the exact same, just a smaller and bigger version. I do think it would be nice if we got different pattern swatches for each of these because as you can see, it is getting a little bit repetitive. This is the new dresser we got with the pack, and similar to some of the other objects, I'm kind of surprised at how modern and contemporary it is. Like, I am for sure going to be using this object again in some of my apartment builds. The space feels too open, so I'm just going to section it off and maybe put a spandrel and some columns, giving it kind of like a walk-in closet feel. It would have been nice to get a full-length mirror with this pack, something that can be passed down as a family heirloom since that is a new feature with this pack. Let's go in with some of these nectar bottles. I thought they were like cologne at first, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like wine or alcohol or something. I don't really know. We can just pretend it's cologne or something. It's not that deep. And here's our primary bedroom with a mini walk-in closet all done. If I'm gonna be completely honest, you guys, I don't love this bedroom. I did play around with some of the different color swatches to try and find something I liked off camera, and I've concluded that this bed just really isn't my vibe, and I think that's okay. I think I have higher hopes for the next bedroom where I'm gonna make something slightly more modern and contemporary and younger feeling. To be fair, I also think this bedroom has more potential if I were to combine it with other packs, but just this in the base game just really wasn't doing it for me. Moving on to our second bedroom, I pictured this room being for like a teen girl. I'm already super obsessed with this first swatch here. Low-key, I think it would go really well with the floral wallpaper from the Love Struck pack, which makes me think that maybe this bed was supposed to be with the Love Struck pack instead, but who knows? This swatch here is also super princessy. I'm down for that one. Oh my gosh, even this like brown and black flower one is really nice. I am vibing with this bed a lot more than the previous one. This end table is also much more contemporary and more my vibe. I don't know if we should go like all white and princessy or what. We can mix and match with this like turquoise swatch for the dresser and the desk. Maybe I can go back to my roots and raise this part of the room up on a little platform. I haven't done that in a long time. Going in with this formal white fence from the new pack. I'm trying to decide if this like turquoise and orange swatch of this rug works in this bedroom or if it clashes. I need to try and pull in more orangey tones maybe on the wall. Oh, this decal is actually kind of pretty. I usually absolutely hate these like random sticker decals, like they don't do anything for me, but in this case, it might just be the pop of orange we need. I'm always hating on these sticker decals, and here I am finally putting them to use. Let's not forget about the curtains, and we will have to lean on base game for this. These posters don't really fit the vibe. Maybe they'll work in the other kids' bedrooms. Let's go in with just some of these tarot cards instead. I'm trying to find some of the more fun, like lighthearted ones. Some of them are kind of scary. Just going in with this base game full-length mirror, and I think that's going to be it for our teen girls' bedroom. Wait, hold that thought. I'm going to try and incorporate this ottoman at the end of the bed. This bedroom is much more in line with my vibe versus the last bedroom, but I do think it is really interesting to compare and contrast the two rooms. Like, you would never guess that this room and this room are built entirely with the exact same singular expansion pack. So it is kind of nice to see how versatile this pack can be. Okay, we have 2 more bedrooms to complete, and with the new pack we got a toddler canopy bed and also a bassinet for a baby. We didn't get just like a normal single kids bed, which is kind of too bad. I feel like they went almost all the way with every single life stage, with an adult, a teen, a toddler, and a baby. We just needed like a single bed, just one single bed. They're just one bed short from perfection. However, I am super happy with this new wallpaper we got. One thing that's super great is they're not all the same patterns, so we have a few different patterns and swatches to work with. And I was hoping to incorporate this banner somehow, maybe to like section off a play area. This item is obviously supposed to be for like a festival or something, but we have to figure out a way to incorporate it into this room. We can use this trunk to kind of double as an end table. And once again, this circular rug fits so nicely underneath this miniature bed. I guess I'll put these posters on the wall. They're not exactly toddler friendly, but they're also not toddler friendly, if you know what I mean. I'm gonna put this tarot card reading sign right here pointing to this animal, and we can pretend that the stuffed animal does tarot card readings. Maybe the toddler likes to pretend or something. Let's put this cute little shelf here at toddler height and perhaps make like a little reading nook. That's basically it in terms of items I wanted to include in this room from the new pack. So all that's left to do is just fill up the rest of the room with some base game items. I feel like this castle dollhouse would be really fun from the base game and also kind of goes with our color scheme. I almost forgot to include a potty. I don't think there's any room to put it in the bathroom, so it's gonna have to live in the bedroom, which some may say is kind of gross, but we do have a lot of space here. Like, this is a pretty luxurious and large kids' bedroom. I think it'll be okay. Just to make this room a bit more cheery, I did add another strip of fairy lights here. And lastly, just adding this Grim Reaper gnome and maybe this ghost gnome over here for decoration. And here is our very large toddler bedroom, all done. I really like the view from this angle, looking out at these windows. I feel like these windows are such a standout piece and really elevate a lot of rooms. If only it came with a matching door, it would be perfect. I also forgot to mention, but in the toddler like wing of the house, I included this no ghost sign. I don't know, I thought it was kind of cute, like the kids are afraid of ghosts or something. So this area they're hoping will be ghost free. Moving on to the baby bedroom, I definitely want to use a different wallpaper in here. This one with the owls is pretty cute. It is kind of dark. Oh wait, look at how beautiful this like creamy beige one is with like some light pink radiating from the moon. I know it is the same pattern as this side. I think it would be cool to have the contrast of like the dark and the light, so why don't we just do it? In terms of the new pack, I think these are the only items I really intended on including in this room. I can maybe add like a rocking chair or something to the corner, maybe another one of these ghost shelves for fun. That's basically it for like baby appropriate items, so the rest of the room will have to be using base game. Eventually they're gonna need a bigger crib instead, so I might as well prepare for that. And I kind of want it to look like all of the stuffed animals are watching over the child. Let's give this infant room a tarot card painting, why don't we? This Watch the Lady kind of looks like she might be pregnant, so maybe that kind of fits the theme. This is gonna be it for our infant's room using the Life and Death expansion pack. I will say a lot of the items in this room are from the the base game, but I think the life and death items were the driving force behind like the color scheme here, especially this beautiful wallpaper and these lanterns. Also, you might be thinking these 2 bedrooms are way too big for a toddler and a baby, but I am hoping that this house will last you a couple of generations, so obviously these kids are gonna grow up into teens and young adults, in which case this will be a really good size for like an adult bedroom. Let's finish off this house with this kind of landing area, which is basically gonna be a mishmash of all of the items we have yet to use. The first one being this tarot tent, which is actually a really pretty item. For some reason, this first swatch reminds me of that specific apartment in San Myshuno with City Living. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But in classic Dr. Ashley fashion, I'm gonna go with the neutral one. This podium honestly has nowhere to go. Maybe I can try and slot it into the office here, because I think I did say the sim is a funeral director. Maybe they just put it in here for storage. Let's put this quilt decor piece on the wall here. This would be really nice as like a family heirloom. Just placing these chairs around the table. Everything in this vignette here is from the new pack. And then this area over here, I think will be like a family room, TV room area, especially for like the kids and stuff. If they want to watch TV or watch a movie, they can do it up here. This couch is such a standout piece for me. It's so beautiful. It's really modern. I thought I was gonna go for the black default swatch, but I kind of love this green. Should I add a chandelier over the stairs, or will they bonk their heads? Okay, and here is our top landing area with a tarot reading section and also a family TV room. All of these rich jewel tones really make the space feel so cozy. They blend so good together. I'm absolutely obsessed with this top area. It's so opulent and fancy, but also contemporary feeling at the same time. Apparently, I haven't used this floor decoration, which is basically like a hole in the floor, which is so sketchy. Can I layer the rug on top of it or no? It doesn't look like I can cover it up either. This is definitely like a safety hazard. Maybe I can slot it in the corner here and then have the tarot booth covering it. I'm pretty sure I used all of these wall decals as well, but just to be sure, I'll go in to a few more spots and just place them randomly. I'll put one right where the TV is mounted, as if they like installed it incorrectly and like ripped up some of the wall. Same with the toilet here. Maybe when they were renovating the bathrooms, they kind of botched the plumbing. I think I actually forgot to include this legacy family portrait. It has no picture in it right now, but when you have a sim family or a sim move in, I'm pretty sure it will auto-generate a family portrait. Technically, I didn't include this item, which is for like tall wall height. I can like maybe try and size it down and put it on like this random window just for fun. There is absolutely no purpose in adding this besides the fact that I need to include it. I have double checked and triple checked, and I can confidently say that every single item from the Life and Death expansion pack is included in this residential home. Even the items that aren't necessarily meant for residential homes, I've somehow managed to incorporate them. If you're wondering what every single item from the Life and Death expansion pack looks like in action, you can look at this build. I absolutely love the journey we went on with this build. With the exterior, it started off kind of being like castle-y, kind of haunted house mansion-y. I genuinely thought like maybe this pack isn't necessarily my style, but I'm still gonna work with it. But then as we started to move on to the interior, I discovered the beauty in some of these items and how they are actually more contemporary than I thought. Even some of these items like the dining table, if we just pair it with some more modern chairs, that could look really pretty. But I honestly think there's like a perfect mix of traditional and semi-contemporary glam items that make it feel very like new and updated. I don't know, it's kind of hard to describe. It's kind of giving like old money glam. But that's gonna be it for my first impressions and my first time ever building with the Life and Death expansion pack. Please let me know down below if I passed or failed this challenge. Like, was there an item that I might have overlooked? And also let me know if you guys have purchased or plan to purchase this pack and what your thoughts are. If you found this video helpful in any way and you do plan on purchasing the pack, please don't forget to consider using code DoctorAshley at checkout on thesims.com or the EA app, and 5% of your purchase will go towards supporting my channel. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like this concept and you want me to do it for future pack releases, and I can't wait to see you guys next time. As usual, I hope you guys all have a very, very, very above average day. Love you.